Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for our 8:30 stream show. It is Friday, March 20th. I'm Mitch Carter.
That's right. Happy first day of spring. It's official here a little bit before 10 o'clock today. We've made it, Mitch Carter.
That's right. It's
All
nice
right.
out there.
That's right. It's going to be pretty nice. Of course, meteorologist Byron Douglas will have all those details coming up here towards the tail end of today's stream show. You guys know the drill. We're going to recap a couple of those top news headlines here for you for a couple quick minutes. Mitch Carter, I'll let you take it away with this first story.
All right, coming up here, the 14 News update on an Evansville woman charged in her daughter's death. Ashley Breadhold was sentenced to 30 years in prison on Thursday after she was found guilty of neglect of a dependent, resulting in death. Authorities say her 12-year-old daughter, Alice Breadhold, died of complications from type 1 diabetes back in July of 2024 because her parents did not manage her condition correctly. Alice's father, Brent Breadhold, was previously sentenced to 9 years in prison.
All right, pivoting to another story now. We know that a jury has reached a verdict in an Evansville murder trial. Well, right now, we know that court officials are telling us that Jared Botzel was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter. The jury actually took around an hour and a half there to reach their decision on the third day of that trial. Botzel was accused of shooting and killing DeMonzio Armstead at an apartment back in November. Well, court records show that Botzel there claimed the shooting was self-defense. Now, we do know the sentencing is set for next month. Of course, we'll keep following the story and keep you guys up to date.
Yeah, moving now to a traffic alert start of the day for you Davis County drivers out there. Got a map for you. KYTC officials tell us they're going to be restriping lanes on Kentucky 54, and it's all part of the widening project they started back in 2024. Drivers should go ahead and expect temporary lane closures there and some delays during that painting process.
All right, one more quick recap here. The latest episode of the What's the Trend podcast is out now. Now, the parties, they may be over in Hollywood. We hope a lot of folks got to catch those Oscars, 98th annual. Aaron Weeks, my co-host, and I, we are still talking all things Oscars. And we actually talk about some of the biggest moments from this year's show, self-serving here, pitching our podcast on today's stream show. Here's some of our thoughts, Mitch Carter, about Hollywood's biggest night. Check it out. Movie section in this week's show, we're going to be talking all things Oscars. So let's do a little Oscars recap now here in What's the Trend. It was actually the 98th annual Academy Awards. I can't believe that, 98.
We're creeping up to 100. That's
Wild.
Craziness.
Sure is.
Starting off, it was Michael B. Jordan winning Best Actor for his work in Sinners. I was rooting for him.
It's so funny.
That was my top pick.
We have Jessie Buckley, who ended up winning for her role in Hamnet. And a Best Director, quickly, Paul Thomas Anderson won for One Battle After Another. Anything else about the Oscars you wanted to talk about today?
I thought it was a great show. I thought I was actually fully invested in it. A couple of years I haven't been, and this one brought me back in.
I felt the same way. All right. You guys can listen to What's the Trend any place to get your podcast. You can also always watch it over on the 14 News YouTube page if you're into pop culture topics like movies, music, celebrity news. Also want to quickly remind you guys about Jeff Lyons' podcast. Excellent show. Inside Look. You can find that in the same places as well. Absolutely. All right, Mitch Carter, we're getting ready to head out. We hope everybody has a great weekend out there.
Yeah, the 8:33 right now. Please enjoy the first day of spring. Going to be great out there. Going to be a beautiful weekend. We do have an alert date coming up potentially on Sunday night, so stick around. Byron Douglas up next with your full forecast.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. Hope everyone's having a super day. We do have an alert day on the board. Spring's going to officially start here in just a couple of hours, in just about an hour. at 9:46. So here's a look at our alert day. It's on the board, and it's concerning Sunday night. I think we're going to be fine Sunday during the day. I'm going to go ahead and grab this full, say good morning to a few folks. We're not looking at a big outbreak of severe weather. This still could just be nothing where all the severe weather would stay well up to our north. Laura, Justin, John, Carol, how y'all doing? Cheryl, Teresa, Donna, thanks for tuning in. Justin there as well. And we appreciate all of you. There's a look at the risk markers that came in from the Storm Prediction Center. So generally, we're going to be starved for some moisture, which is a good thing coming in on Sunday, but we do have a risk, and I'll break this down. Most of the area, isolated severe thunderstorms. Doesn't break down the severity of the storms, it's the volume. Remember last Sunday night, we had a batch. We had a ton of warnings across the area, but no reports of any tornadoes. They set up outside of our area. But I think it's primarily for damaging winds and hail. And there's still a case that north and east, Princeton, Jasper, those areas there in yellow, Petersburg, that you guys would be looking at a level 2 out of 5 threat for the potential for severe thunderstorms. And that would be generally as we go into Sunday night. Now, as we open up spring, this was way back in 1996. Jeff Lyons remembers as well. Some areas in Ohio and Muhlenberg County over 2 days had 13 to 15 inches of snow, but we had 3 inches of snow as we finished off winter and opened up spring of that year. So just a little factoid there. Let's go back to Doppler radar. There's nothing on the board, just a lot of cirrus clouds out there today. All the showers in northern Ohio and Michigan. Western New York was showing some lake effect snow up there in a few locations. And let's run down some temps. We're at 57 in Evansville, 60 in Madisonville, and a 58 in Mount Carmel. We do have a few clouds out there right now, but we're looking at upper 70s to right around 80 or so as we go into the afternoon, well above our average high of 58. As I mentioned, a lot of those high-level clouds as we go through the day. A few clouds tonight down to 53. Saturday, I think most of our clouds will be in early. Otherwise, we'll be near record highs. 81 for a high. 83 is the record, and I think we'll clobber a record high on Sunday. Would have the potential to do that during that stretch. I'm just going to move this along. We're just going to be warm, unseasonably warm, very dry. Saturday, a few clouds, kind of a wind shift, and then as we go through the day on Saturday, it's going to be decent. Boy, if you're out at ball fields, whatever you're doing. And then on Sunday, well, we'll pick it up here at midnight, but it's going to be warm. And this is Sunday through the day. During the daylight hours, we're fine. Here we go at 5 p.m. Right now, the winds are really hauling. Not quite sure it's going to meet the criteria for a wind advisory, but it will be windy. Very robust winds out of the southwest. And this takes us into Sunday night. The front's working on through. So the in-house guidance here is not showing much because we're moisture starved, so we might miss out on the storms altogether. So we're talking about an isolated severe weather threat. And then in the pre-dawn hours on Monday, we'd have the potential for a few storms during that stretch. However, the European model is showing some storms in here on Sunday night, overnight into Monday. So this is showing kind of the most aggressive approach as we go through that time frame. And so we'll have to see as we get closer to the event. And the GFS is showing some showers in, not widespread, Sunday night and then into Monday. So this could hold off until late Sunday night after the 10 o'clock news, late Sunday. So it's not an all-day alert day by any stretch. So it's basically for Sunday night. You see the probability there right now is low. And then we might go up to a 40-50% chance as we go into Sunday night. So I'll take this full as we go into Monday at 56, 58 Tuesday, 65 on Wednesday, and then a 79 on Thursday. Corey, good morning to you. Again, Suzanne, thanks for tuning in. Hey, happy spring. That's, boy, we had nearly 15 inches of snow this winter, so it's going to feel like late May and early June. So hope everyone's doing great and you have a super weekend and enjoy the start of the new season.